Hello everyone. So this is probably I think not counting like promotions and stuff. This is my first YouTube video where I actually use like a live mic or something like that. There may be more of these in the future, but the problem is with that is I've been a bit lazy with YouTube lately. That's because I've moved on to Twitch and I'll get into how that's been and all that, because that's mainly the point of this video. So yeah, I just want to get that off first. Before I get into the topic, I'd like to give a shout out to the people I have on the screen for making my time on Twitch and in this community this past year a blast to be in. Thank you guys very much. So my beginning in this community was actually in 2020. I was mainly like a Fortnite guy and all that stuff, but an actual story is I hated the new season. So at that point I didn't want to main that game anymore. So I had to look for other things to get into. And Mario Kart Wii was the first thing I thought of because that was the first game I ever played that was on console. I mean, the first game I ever played was Mario Kart DS on the DS and New Super Mario Bros. Those were the two games I played at first ever games I played. But on console, it was Mario Kart Wii. So I was like, let's see what they're up to. And I found out online is still a thing. And I downloaded CGP in, I think it was October of 2019. I think. I wasn't really involved in the community. I was just a game I'd play for fun. Play all the custom tracks and all that stuff. And retros that I wish were in the original that were not in, stuff like that, for the first few months. Then I figured out this was actually what drew me to online, because Mr. Bean, yeah, that guy, he announced that a 24-player beta is coming out in the future, and that got me very interested, and that's what actually got me into online and somewhat into the community. I mean, I won't say fully. I mainly in 2020 I was mainly just in Troy rooms and Bean rooms. I didn't really talk to anyone. I didn't really have any like friends that I do now and stuff from like streaming and all that. I just joined the rooms and all that stuff. So that's what mainly what drew me in. Then it was like I could be off with the dates on when I left Mario Kart Wii, but I believe it was the end of 2020, because like I said, 24 player was like the main thing brought me into this community. Not this community, but like Mario Kart Wii Online. But it was like, I'd say around mid to late 2020, those rooms started to lose its hype and stuff. And for the right reasons, of course. It's very scummy how they promoted it and all that. So like the rooms started to not happen as much, and I lost interest in the game already. So then, but in, I think it was late 2023, I actually made my return to Mario Kart Wii, and during this time frame, I haven't quit since. I mainly just played back to play worldwides and all that stuff, like a casual would. Around this time, get back into the game and CGP and all that stuff. But then, it was December of 2023. I joined my first ever Twitch friend room. Not a KO, it was a friend room. It was the first time I've ever came in contact with a Twitch streamer room, because I honestly did not know those were going to be a thing. Honestly, for a game like Mario Kart Wii, it's kind of like old, and to be honest, it's dead these days. But luckily I found him. His name is Jigsaw Flex. I will put his channel in the description. He did rebrand, but I will leave Jigsaw Flex his YouTube in the description. Good guy. He was probably the first guy on Twitch that got me into Mario Kart Wii. I don't think if I didn't discover his room that day, I would not be here where I am. So I joined. It was a 24-player room. Yes, that again. That's what drew me back again. Yes, I know. Do I have problems? Maybe, but he was the first room I joined. I will leave it a picture on screen. I was, yes, the player me. I was a complete unknown in that room. Nobody knew who the hell I was, obviously. I didn't want to be known who the hell I was at that time. But yeah, that room was what opened me up to Twitch. I don't know what I was doing, to be honest, with like the month gap, because that room was shortly, it was like before my 18th birthday, so there was a little time frame between when I started like getting into community fully. I would say that's in I'd say mid December I joined that room, and then I joined my first ever Discord server for Mario Kart Wii. It was Roxy's server. It was February of last year. It's been a year that I've been in this community fully. And that was the first streamer I joined KOs for. Not from, I just joined that one. I joined that one what's that called? That one jigsaw room by Discord. I found it by by Troy Discord, because I was at the time I was only there in Bean Corner, and I kind of wanted to play in rooms and stuff. And I found Jigsaw's Twitch from Discord, and I didn't follow or anything. I just joined the room and all that stuff. Closed Twitch and all that. That wasn't really me getting into Twitch yet. It was me more getting into the community and stuff. Roxy was the first, I think I could be wrong, I don't quite remember. That's the first one I recall, because I have a few YouTube clips from her KOs, from like crazy shit that happened, all that. It's easy to see. So yeah, February 2nd, I will leave her she has a YouTube, I'll leave that down in the description as well. So then there was another server I joined. It was like in it was after Roxy's server. It was a server made by Manu. I don't know if anyone knows who that is really. He's not really like the Troy stuff and all that, so I don't know if y'all know who that is. But I joined his server, and I wanted to. I know I was kind of slow at the time. I wanted to do a 24-player full KO that I wanted to host, and he let me do it, which I was like, cool. Nice, YouTube video, free views. And then I hosted it. I got out early, and since 24 players still in beta, I left the room because I was like, I got out early, by the way. So since I got out early, I knew that, like, because of the Troy videos and stuff, I heard that like the room crashes if you get out early in those rooms. I got out early, so I was like, I have to leave I left the room, and I was the host, and that killed the KO. And after that, he kind of been like harassing me and stuff and all that crap, and I was like, fuck off. I didn't really join his events after. It died off like right after that. I don't know how. Maybe my influence spread or something. And after that event, I feel like his server died down. I don't want to say I caused it, but because of that, it inspired me to make a Discord server of my own. It took a while to grow, of course. I had to like be annoying with self-promotion. If y'all were in my server early, y'all know how annoying I was, but I mean, it worked out, I guess. But I hosted my first ever full KO. I'll post the results on screen. It was February 25th of last year. I had this was before I started Twitch. I streamed obviously Mario Kart Wii, and I'm doing some other things I started this year, but I had someone else host my full KO because I was like, there's no way this is gonna work if I stream it, because like I'm new and I just desperately wanted to host a full KO. So once that went down, and we had 9 players join the room off of me hosting, and I was like kind of like, I mean, I still am a nobody, but I was like not a streamer or any of that, and we had 9 players join that, and that inspired me to start my community, I'd say, on Twitch. So yeah, if there's a reason why I haven't been uploading that much, it's because of I'm super active on Twitch these days. I'm having a blast for the most part, which I'll get into starting now. So the point of this video is how the community is in 2025. I don't know how many of you are involved in like the Twitch community for Mario Kart Wii, but there's a lot of great people there who host KOs. I'm not the only one. I'm probably the most active these days. I'll elaborate on why that is. Because yeah, this community has some bad apples in it, and not gonna lie, I've had some panic attacks streaming KO rooms because of how chaotic it was, like the chats and stuff. But the thing is with that is, it's I feel like I don't want to name any names because I'm mainly subscribed to them. They're like the main people I watch on Twitch and stuff like that. But I feel like the Twitch community, the people who left, which I understand why they left, don't get me wrong, it is harsh at times, and maybe it's because I'm like hella into the Mario Kart Wii right now, where like I feel like it's not the end of the world, like the community's not like as terrible as it is, because like I can deal with it kind of fine, probably because I'm not as obsessed with the game as like people who stopped. But I feel like with like the KO, there's a thing in the community where the KO chats, which is very true by the way, that it is a bit annoying and like toxic and stuff, which is why some people stopped. And I've dealt with this for like 10 months. To be honest with you, it's bad at parts, but I feel like it's a bit over. What's the word I should say? It's a bit over exaggerated on how like the chats are and how the people are too. Because yes, the people in the KO chats are toxic at times. I would just wish that they come into the fact that because they're obviously, since what's that called? Since obviously they're KO streamers, they have like Discord servers and stuff. They should know like they're not bad people whatsoever. The KO chatters and all that stuff. They're very good people, and they've helped me with a lot of stuff. Like, to be honest with you, I don't want to give any names, but they might be in the shoutouts that I gave earlier. But if it wasn't for these KO complainer people, I don't know if I'd be where I was and the fun I'm having with streaming as of late. Not gonna lie, outside of Discord, yes, they seem like terrible people in the chats and stuff, but outside of it, they're very, very good people. And I feel like the community, yes, it does need improvement, of course, obviously, and Twitch chats and stuff, but they are very, very nice outside of like the competitive environment, because that's probably what it is, of course. KOs and stuff, I feel like it should just be for fun. It shouldn't be competitive. It's not like lounge and stuff, but it is a very competitive environment, and that's what leads to like the toxicity and stuff. But yeah, I've had, like I said, I've had panic attacks over. I don't want to say panic attacks, but I've had like cases where I've like had to end stream because I was infuriated on what like the chat was saying and stuff, and like complaining and KOs and stuff, and like rage quitting and stuff and all that. Yeah, I've had a few like terrible attacks, which made me realize like people like stopped posting them. But at the same time though, those were a few cases, and outside of like maybe like 3 or 4 times where I've had like panic attacks, the KO community, at least from my side, were not the worst it could be. It's not even that bad. It's like, it can be annoying for some people, of course, but I feel like the KO community gets a bit overhate and stuff, especially from people who stop posting them. And I feel like that the people who left the KO stuff, because there's a lot of people, I don't want to mention them because like I don't want to come across like I don't like them. I'm always in their streams lurking and all that stuff, and I like raid their shit all the time. But I feel like that people that stop with KOs over exaggerate how bad the community is. Like, yeah, it's got a lot of bad apples, trust me. And the times I've ended stream because of KO stuff, they were really, really, really bad. But like I said, the community outside of like the competitive environment are some of the nicest people I've ever met, like online. Like, for a fact, by far, in cases. So I feel like that the people that like say like the MKWe, like KO community and stuff is hell, I feel like they're kind of just as bad, if not worse, than the people who complain in KOs and stuff, because the people that watch the people that stop KOs, right? I guess maybe I'm like over exaggerating myself. Maybe this is not like a big deal, but I'd assume that most of their audience are still in the MKWe community in some way. Definitely, I'd say like 80% of their audience. Definitely in KOs. Just trust me. I don't want to say the streams, but the majority of people I see there play in KOs all the time and stuff. So I feel like yes, there's a lot of bad things about this community, but it's not as bad as it seems from my experience. Like I said, a bunch of times, I'm like my highest point with this game. Like I'm the most into it at the moment. So maybe I don't have I have way more patience when it comes to like KO chatters compared to people who do like variety and stuff. But I feel like we should. I feel like if you just not make fun of the community and stuff when you left and things like that from like other streamers and say like, oh, now it was good back then, but now it's bad and stuff. I feel like it gives me and like a few other people who are trying to keep KOs alive and MKW like firms alive and stuff. I feel like it gives us like a bad rep because like you're telling your audience not to watch certain people because they're in the MKW com, even though like you say like they're good people and stuff. But if you tell your audience that like the community sucks, you're kind of like not giving favors to people in the current community who are trying to help this, you know. So I feel like to that part of the people who left KOs and are like hating on the community now, I feel like I'm not saying like you gotta say MKW community is like the greatest thing ever, but like I feel like we shouldn't be shut on for how things are, even though yes, it's bad at times. But I feel like the community has, I feel like it has more ups and downs. The KO community, you can't just look at it. I feel like you just can't look at a KO chat and be like, yeah, this is toxic, this is terrible. You've got to look at the outside parts of it, and from the outside parts I see, not only in my community but in other communities that still host stuff, it's a very, very nice and chill community outside of the competitive environment. So I still love the streamers that kind of, you know, make fun of us for MKW KO stuff and how I handle it. Like I said, I'm most into the game, so I can handle it more. But I feel like that both sides had their cons. The people that left the community and the people that are still in the community. Of course, we have cons. Like obviously, it's a toxic environment, like at rare points. And when it's toxic, trust me, it's really bad. And it is annoying to deal with like certain kids and stuff. You know that, trust me, I've had one annoying guy. I'm gonna regret it for the rest of my streaming career, where I gave like basically like I don't know, I don't want to guess his age or anything, but he's got to be like 14 or something, and I gave him VIP for some fucking reason, and he's like insanely like annoying and stuff, and I had to ban him and stuff, and that's gonna live with me for the rest of my career on Twitch, pretty much. I get reminded all the time, and for the right reasons. That was a stupid idea to have him be like a huge part of my streams, because like someone new watching is gonna be like, why the hell is this guy in your chat? I hate watching, like I hate seeing your chat with people like this. But there's only like a few people like that out of like, I'd say, I have to make a guess, out of 50 people, I'd say only like 2 people in my community and in like KO communities are like really annoying or really bad and all that stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to, I don't know how this video really fares. There may be a bit of like, I hope there's no like controversy or anything over my takes here. This is my first video with like commentary and all that, so if some things I said sounded off, just know this is my first time doing a video with a microphone on Twitch. Not on Twitch. I'm like addicted to Twitch now that I stopped with YouTube, pretty much. So yeah, this is my first like video where I'm fully recording. So if there's a bit of flaws in there, just understand, please. So yeah, in conclusion, the MKW community is the majority, probably the best community I've been in. Obviously, it's got its bad sides, like I said. Like the chats and stuff could be really bad, and the chats and shit. But at the same time, though, the people who left the community and are kind of shitting on it now that they left, you're kind of like no better, to be honest. And me saying that, it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying I don't like you guys. I don't want to give any names, but I feel like that you're no better than them because you're being toxic to us. So I just wanted to get that point across. I don't know when, I don't know if I'll ever do another video like this. Maybe in the future, but like I said, I'm kind of obsessed with Twitch at the moment. So I'll probably be stuck on Twitch. If you want to join my Discord, I'll leave a link in the description for that. And my Twitch is also in the description. I host a lot of KO stuff. And a lot of, I do like time trials now, which another thing before I end, I'd like to talk about, for a little bit. The MK Wii community outside of Twitch is even better than the KO stuff. So like, it's not the MK Wii community as a whole. When it comes to like time trials and stuff, I've had the best audiences for time trial stuff. And the moments I've had on Twitch with time trials are like all-timer moments. Definitely better than the, not definitely, but like, definitely, I'm saying definitely so much. Better than the KO stuff I've done. Because the KO stuff, like you join a room and all that, you have fun, it's the end of that. But like with time trials and stuff, you get like hella not only do you get hella satisfaction, but the chat is there to help you out and stuff, and they make it seem even more satisfying. Like my Mushroom Gorge ESG on Twitch, I have a clip of it. I might leave it in the description, but I don't know. That was probably my best stream ever, and it was thanks to the chat. It wasn't really toxic or anything. We were doing crazy stuff because I was losing my mind playing the Gorge ESG, so it made it even better. So the time trials community and all that, outside of KOs, like, and mainly the people that were in that stream were KO people. So that just proves my point that like outside of the KO, we shouldn't hate on like KO chatters, because outside of the competitive environment, they are like the best people I can ask for, to be honest, for streaming. So I'd like to end it off with that note. I'll be streaming on Twitch a lot. I don't know when my next YouTube video will be, but peace.